In this episode of the Entrepreneur's Library, we will explore what the Entrepreneur's Library is all about and what you can get out of listening in.
Welcome to the Entrepreneur's Library, the only book-centric podcast that reviews all the top-selling business books and shares authors' perspective firsthand. This is your resource to finding the next great book that will enable you to grow personally and professionally. Welcome your host, Wade Danielson.
Welcome. I am your host, Wade Danielson from the TELpodcast.com. Thank you for joining our very first podcast of the Entrepreneur's Library, where we review the books that every entrepreneur, wantrepreneur, and CEO should read and own in their personal library. First, I would like to start off with introducing to you the basis of this show and why it was created. As a serial entrepreneur myself, I am always looking for that next nugget, that next tweak I can make to take myself and my business to the next level. This podcast is for those that see the true power of reading and have an addiction to applying new content and strategies to their business. It's through reading that I have been able to start a company and take it from zero to a multi-million-dollar company in just a few short years. Mentorship is not always easy to find, but there are so many great books out there to help build your business. Our businesses end up being a test lab where we are able to read and then apply new attitudes and techniques. Many of you are just like me, and there's almost a Christmas morning type feeling when you open that brand new book for the first time. You are not sure what you are going to get, but you hope and wish it will be something revolutionary, some kind of paradigm shift. We are looking to give you a hint of what's in the book before you even purchase it or read it. My goal is to take a deep dive with the author and focus on the book at hand. Our slogan is, "It's all about the book for a reason." Most interviews you'll listen to focus 90% on the author and 10% on the book. We are changing that up. If you are like me, when you are looking for your next great book, you ask around, you Google great business books, or you hit up Amazon. Besides looking at the reviews, it is difficult to know what the book is all about. I used to read everything I could get my hands on, but now I try to focus on specific areas where I need to grow. I don't like starting books that aren't relevant to what I am seeking. We're going to make these interviews thorough, so by the end of listening, you will know if the book we discussed is the next book that is going to catapult your business. We will focus on a few key areas that entrepreneurs focus on. Books on selling, marketing, relationships, innovation, building, scaling your business, hiring, firing, attitude, and productivity, just to name a few. We will create a resource for entrepreneurs to listen to before they buy their next audiobook or paperbound. Busyness can be an entrepreneur's enemy, but productivity is the name of the game, and we're here to help. Each interview will break down the book chapter by chapter with no other than the author themselves. On a few occasions, I will break down the books myself or have someone from the book's foundation. Some of the best books were written 60 and 70 years ago, and the author is no longer living. This is another reason why we focus on the book. Authors will come and go, but their books will live on forever. So now that I've told you a little bit about our podcast, I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Wade Danielson, and I will be the host of the Entrepreneur's Library. I'm currently 30 years old, and I have an awesome, patient-loving wife, a rambunctious 14-month baby that's basically a mini-me. His name is Camden, and another baby boy coming soon that we actually don't have a name for just yet. We reside in Texas for now, but I do have aspirations of living in places with the best climates on earth because I love to enjoy the outdoors. I tell people that I've always been entrepreneurial-minded because I had business ideas at the age of 10. After finding a knack for wrestling in high school, I decided to attend college and further my passion. I attended classes while I was there as well because it was required in order to compete. I made the grades, but I was not a fan of school. To be completely candid, I hated to read. Hate might not be a strong enough word for the disdain I felt towards reading. It was boring, tiring, and I had written it off. I was literate and could read well, but my mind was lazy, and I would rather look at the pictures in Sports Illustrated than read it. That all changed when I picked up an entrepreneurial book. By my junior year, I had all but tapped out of school. I would put my business law book on top of my backpack tilted towards me. Inside the book, I placed a book on entrepreneurship. Most likely at that time, Think and Grow Rich. Still to this day, that is my favorite book. I decided to use that time wisely and read something I was passionate about and going to actually use. My true education had started. Now, when I summarize my college experience for people, I tell them I received a bachelor's in business from a school that went out of business. It's true. 5 years after I graduated, the college was no more. So it wasn't until 21 that I actually started my first business part-time while working a few sales jobs full-time. At age 26, I decided to step away from corporate America entirely and become a full-fledged entrepreneur. Since then, we have started a few other companies and enjoy building them from the ground up and organically. The areas I focus on improving the most in my life are health, wealth, and relationships. I discovered podcasts in mid-2013, and the intimacy, the specific knowledge, and the ease of listening had me hooked from day one. So let me wrap up by asking a favor from you. Obviously, we are a brand new podcast. You are listening to episode 1. We would love your feedback on how we can make our show the best. Maybe there are questions you would like asked and answered that we won't have. We have created this podcast for you, the hungry entrepreneur who is looking to take his business to the next level. You can visit our website at theelpodcast.com. Or you can email me direct at wade@theelpodcast.com. We are also on Facebook and Twitter, so let us know how we can help you. Whether you are working out, making the commute, or daydreaming at work, we hope we can provide value to you while you listen. My mission is to help you find the next book that will change your life.
Looking for your next book idea? Head over to theelpodcast.com, where Wade shares his amazing resource, the top 10 business books recommended by over 500 entrepreneurs, with you for free. That's theelpodcast.com. Till the next time, keep it on the EL.